Welcome to the Natural Genius podcast. We're here to help you tap into your natural genius. Let's go. Aunty Barb has introduced me to Rudy and Francie, who Uncle Bob and Aunty Barb met at the Circle of Life conference that Rudy and Francie organised. Aunty Barb says they're the most positive, happy people that she has ever encountered. How cool is that? And in return, Francesca said that Aunty Barb and Uncle Bob see them as mentors and great examples to follow. Rudy and Francie have incredible backgrounds. They're authors who have won awards, they're conference organisers, they're healers across many different disciplines, and I'm so looking forward to sharing time with them. Please excuse if there's any interruptions from having a translator by my side, because my Italian is non è buono. I'm trying to say not very good. Enjoy hearing from Rodolfo and Francesca. Francesca and Rudy, welcome to the Natural Genius podcast. How wonderful to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are amazed to be here.
And a big shout out and thank you to Aunty Barb or Barbara Randall. It is such a pleasure and what a treat to have her introduce me to the two most positive people and loving people that she has met in life.
But she is so lovely. Then it's a consequence.
And tell me what you remember of Uncle Bob and Aunty Barb. And it was at the Circle of Life conference and in Italy many years ago.
Yes, of course. I will start with this conversation and then I give the ball, I pass the ball to Rudy. So we met Barbara and Uncle Bob many years ago in 2010 or 11, I suppose. The first time we had a video conversation during our event, just a connection, a streaming connection. But in the second edition of the Circle of Life, we invited both to Trieste, and there was an incredible experience. They were two wonderful people, but also a wonderful couple, you know, and they were an example for us, just looking at them, how they move, how they walked their words, you know, because Uncle Bob that time was had a talk in our conference, and Barbara says beside of him, but outside the conference, the way they related to each other was incredible. You know, there is a lot of coherence in what Bob said and what they experience in everyday life, and also with us too. So the principles of Kanyini, for example, were really expressed by their actions.
Oh, I love this. Rudy, do you want to say something to that?
Yes.
Beh, secondo me è bello vedere anche come noi l'abbiamo incontrato, come è già stata una magia.
The first time we met them was, Bob for the first time,
Yes.
was magic.
C'è stata una serata in cui c'era un programma qui in Italia che si chiama Voyager.
There was a TV program here in Italy called Voyager.
E c'era una puntata dedicata proprio a Uluru.
And one day they broadcasted something about Uluru.
E in questa puntata compariva proprio Bob che parlava della sua tradizione e di Uluru.
And there we saw Bob speaking and talking about Uluru and his tradition.
Aveva subito colpito me e anche un altro mio amico che con noi ci aiutava all'epoca ad organizzare l'evento.
Rudy was fascinated by Bob, and also a friend of Rudy was fascinated by Bob, but in that period we were organizing the Circle of Life event.
Solo che non ci ricordavamo il nome.
But we didn't remember the name, Bob's name, So we saw him, but we didn't remember the name.
Quindi abbiamo dovuto cercare la puntata registrata.
Later we looked for on internet the program, the TV program, the day when it was recorded, etc. And then
arriva il momento di eccolo.
catching the specific moment to have the name.
E poi abbiamo cercato Bob Randall ovunque.
And then we just digit Bob Randall on internet, but you can see, you can imagine is how to look for Mario Rossi in Italian. There are millions of Mario Rossi, so there are million people called Bob Randall.
Che infatti non ci aveva risposto lui la prima volta, ma c'è un Bob Randall ci aveva indicato l'indirizzo giusto.
So the first Bob Randall we called said, no, no, it's not me, but I have the address.
Questo non lo sa neanche Barbara, credo.
Probably also Barbara doesn't know it, this particular moment.
È stata una magia.
Yes, it was magic.
Beh, io sul Bob ho questo ricordo qui. Einstein diceva che la gente non avrebbe creduto che un uomo come Gandhi, diceva, nessuno magari nelle generazioni successive potrà credere veramente che un uomo simile ha camminato su questo mondo.
Rudy talks about her memories about Bob, but he uses an aphorism by Einstein or something like that. Einstein said that probably the future generation would never believe that a person like Gandhi or Gandhi, okay. Gandhi really walked on the earth.
Io Gandhi non l'ho conosciuto, ma ho conosciuto Bob.
So he said, I didn't met Gandhi, but I met Bob Randall.
E lui rappresentava proprio questo. Una più bella persona che ho mai incontrato, che si possa mai incontrare.
Yes, Bob represented that kind of person. Oh my God, sorry. Was the best person we ever met.
Oh, I love that we can talk about this memory.
Yeah.
It has brought tears to my eyes too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was always so lovely. He paid attention. He was an observer, and every word he spoke was full of love. Every action, every gesture.
La saggezza dell'anziano e il cuore puro, no, dei bambini.
He had the wisdom of the elders and the pure heart of a child.
Oh, what beautiful words. And how lucky we all are to have a role model in Aunty Barb and Uncle Bob. I like you, in having met them both, I was reflecting today about role models, and I think it makes such a difference to have those to reach for.
Yes. And we also, I remember also another moment, very moving, when the last time they came to Italy. They came from Barbara from America and Bob from Australia. So there were different months they never met, and so they met again in Italy. And we organized all the travel for both to come. And Bob was has some health problems at the time. We went to drive Barbara from the airport to Trieste. So when we opened the door where Bob was, and they see each other after a long time, oh my God, it was like a love movie. Oh, now that worth all our duties to organize such kind of events. That was the essence, you know.
And I love how Rudy before said that Uncle Bob has that childlike essence. And so I can imagine the reunion between the two of them being both romantic and delightful and childlike.
Yes.
Oh, tell me about organising these many conferences, because I can relate to organising international events and all of the many activities that go into it, and international speakers and flights and and emails. So tell me what drives you to do that, and tell me about the conferences that you have put on.
Best wishes to who wants to organize something like that. As you said, of course, 16 years ago, we were younger, not so experts, but as children, we were enthusiastic and decided to collect people from all over the world speaking about consciousness, doing something together. And even if they had different languages, different traditions and cultures and studies and backgrounds, etc., but the common point of view at the end was the same. Yes, it was the same, you know. So that was, of course, an idea started by Rudy. Rudy has this beauty, but also this ability to have the vision, and then to have no limits, no expectation, but also no limits. So we were a group of people just wanting to do something together in order to improve this world, or to show the world that it could be better for the next generations, of course. So the first time we read some books or see some TV programs, and then decided who had our support to come and to stay in the circus. And people all around was so happy to share this experience, and they asked for more. So we decided for 2 years we organized it in Trieste, and then we moved to other towns. The third time we went to Modena, because there was some months before there was a big earthquake, and as we live in a land and where there was a big earthquake in 1976 when we were born, both, we find this connection. So we'd like to be in a place where the vibration was the same for us, and where we could do something there to change the vibration, to enhance the vibration. So, and the last time we moved from our region to Emilia-Romagna, next to Modena, and then to Rome. So it was moving. So 3 different places, different peoples, and just to spread all around the messages from these beautiful speakers who were with us. But it's not so simple, because you have to contact them, to wait for the answers, even if there is internet now, so you haven't to send letters, briefs, etc. But anyway, to find the right dates, the right place, to fix all the things, but it works. It works at the end when you can feel the circle. And then that those experiences brought us here and now with you, for example, in Australia, so yeah.
I think that with all the workload and effort of putting on these big events, those sweet behind the scenes compliments and outcomes. So one of the international events I put on here in Australia, some people that were aware of Indigenous wisdom, they said that reconciliation happened on the land through that event. And there were all these other great things that happened. But when you get as an organiser, as you say, to meet Aunty Barb and Uncle Bob, and I got to experience reconciliation, or somebody saying that had happened on this land that had had a lot of trouble for a long time. Those are the sorts of things that you just think, this is my filling up. My cup is getting filled from all that effort.
Yeah.
Sadness. Tell me about your healing work, because there's context here around how you can sense energies and what might have driven you to organise an event around consciousness and to understand the effect on the land around energy.
Pensavo che lo scopo del nostro evento è proprio quello, mettere...
The goal of our event was especially this, so...
Questa consapevolezza che quando canti insieme, balli insieme, fai qualche cosa di condiviso, si creano delle connessioni uniche.
To be aware that when you sing together, you dance together, you do something together, you create new connections.
Qualcosa che resterà sempre.
But something, a bond that will last forever.
E queste connessioni, lo scopo di un evento come quello, di creare proprio attraverso cerimonie, attraverso conoscenza, consapevolezza, è proprio quella di creare dei piccoli semini in quell'inconscio collettivo dell'umanità.
And the aim to collect people, doing something together, bringing new consciousness to the world is exactly this, to put some seeds for the next generation, to leave something to the humanity.
Da qualche parte fioriranno, no?
And maybe sometimes and somewhere they will bloom.
Non sappiamo dove.
We don't know where, we don't know when.
Ma sono lì.
But they are there.
Noi crediamo che l'umanità sia una ma soffre di personalità multiple.
We believe that humanity is one, but suffers of multiple personality.
E-
Tell Rudy that he just gave me goosebumps on my arms. So good.
Chicken skin.
E questo tipo di situazioni ci ricorda invece, ci riporta all'unità.
And this kind of situation bring us in the unity. Mhm.
Siamo come cellule di un unico corpo, no?
We are cells of a unique big body.
Nasciamo, viviamo, moriamo, ma il corpo resta.
We born, we have birth, we live, we nurture ourselves, we die, but the body stays here.
E questo corpo è il corpo dell'umanità.
And this body is the body of the humanity.
Da quello che facciamo insieme è un momento di connessione, di ricordo che siamo sì divisi, ma apparteniamo a qualcosa di più grande.
So when we do something together, we remind ourselves that we, of course, are different, are separated, but we are part of a bigger organism.
E questa è già una guarigione.
And this is healing.
Secondo i Toltec ci sono 4 case.
According to the Toltec tradition, there are 4 houses.
Il nostro corpo è la prima,
The first is our body.
la nostra comunità, la nostra famiglia,
Our family is the second.
la nostra comunità
Our community, the third.
e l'umanità.
And humanity, the fourth.
E dobbiamo occuparci di tutte e 4.
And we have to take care of all 4.
Tell me more.
Di più.
Vabbè, c'è tanto da dire.
There's a lot to say.
Quando abbiamo visto che è stato si dice che ci sono 3 modi che rende significativo e felice la vita di un essere umano.
Someone says that there are 3 ways to realize meaningful life.
Mm-hmm.
Realizzare se stessi,
To realize ourselves,
avere connessioni e rapporti significativi,
to have strong and meaningful relationships,
e fare qualcosa di positivo per il mondo.
and doing something positive for the world.
I think that you two have done that well.
Oh, thank you.
And so tell me more about life. Do you still do the Circle of Life conference, and do you do healing every day and your different movements around water and other topics? What does life look like now?
Oh, the events are something random, you know, because they are really, it's an engagement. So, yes, yeah. And now probably we will organize something in the future, but not in this moment. We also write books.
Uh-huh.
So these together the biggest for now activity because now there are 3 or 4 books that will be published in the next future. So
tell me about previous books and then tell me about future books.
We start. You spoke about water, and that was the first topic. But because during the Circle of Life events, we understood that we had to find something that was understandable by everyone, besides tradition, culture, race, sex, religion, etc. So we found that water was a good element, but because every one of us is involved and knows water, because we drink water, but we are also composed by water. The earth is for 70% composed by water, so water is common, is universal. And in this, from this vision, we asked our speakers of the Circle of Life to write something about water from their point of view. And we realized this book, Water for Unity. So it was, the subtitle was Healing the Water Memory to Heal the World, or something like that. And then our publisher asked us to write also something about Reiki, because we started our activities with Reiki. We went to Japan twice. We had also conferences there. And the last time we won also, Water for Unity as an event, as a book, as a the starter point of different movements, won the Emoto Peace Prize in 2016. Emoto was another big personage, friend also, yes, of course. And they met, Bob and Emoto, they met, Yes, the time. So, so we wrote Reiki, and was the second book. And then, as we studied also the Hawaiian shamanism, and we met Sergio Kahili King, Susan Pahini Floyd, Makala Yates, and they speak about Huna, others about Ho'oponopono, because there are different families, different ohanas, different traditions. So we realized other books on that topic. One was Maui's Journey, was a little book for adults, but also for children, with participation for the drawings by Estrella Polonia. And Estrella is a Mexican from New Mexico, and
medicine woman.
Yes, she's a medicine woman. So she contributed, and she's a friend, Barbara's friend. They met together in the Circle of Life, and we are all friends now.
So perfect.
So we wrote a book about Hawaiian shamanism, called Ho'omana. And 2 years ago, we collect all our experiences in a path called Tu sei leggenda, you are legend. Yes, this is the title. And there are many exercises you can do on different topics, so different things. But what we love to do when we write, and we are used to write in 4 hands or 6 hands sometimes, but we love to involve other people who have something to say, to write, to share, also with drawing, poem, what else, so.
It sounds like a beautiful collaboration.
Yeah.
I wonder if through your events and through these books, there's a similar thread that you are drawing people together. You are being able to highlight beautiful wisdom.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. No? Piace portare insieme le persone.
Sì, perché quando si creano le connessioni si creano delle dinamiche che nessuno può immaginare.
Yes, because when you create connections, the consequence are other connection and dynamics we can imagine if we move alone.
Se pensiamo, quando pensiamo proprio alla cellula, no?
When we talk about cells,
Cioè, una cellula potrebbe staccarsi dal nostro corpo e guardarci come noi siamo.
one cell could move apart from our body and look at us.
Siamo qualcosa di inimmaginabile per una cellula.
It couldn't imagine how big we are as a body, you know.
Nessuna singola cellula ha l'idea del prodotto finale che noi siamo.
No one single cell can imagine the result, the final result.
Ma tutte insieme creano qualcosa di impensabile.
But all together can create something unbelievable.
E questo è l'obiettivo.
And this is the goal.
Nuove sinapsi, nuove idee.
New synapses, new ideas.
Nuove cellule immaginarie di questa umanità.
New imaginary cells.
Yes.
Of this humanity.
Come se fosse in inglese si dice.
Imaginal cells.
Sono quelli che sono dentro il bruco.
They are the cells that stays inside of the caterpillar. Maybe.
Il bruco
yes, and then the caterpillar will transform in the butterfly.
Oh, Francesca, you are remarkable that you can translate this.
Yeah. Yes, fun. You know, from this.
When we were talking about this conversation and we were organizing transcription and translation, I didn't know we would be talking about such specificity or such specific things. Rudy, thank you so much. This is absolutely, you two are extraordinary. Tell me more about water. Tell me what you might have learned. And it feels like through that clever idea of being able to bring everyone together through one topic, that you would have then learned a lot more about the topic of water, or learn a lot more about water itself.
Mm-hmm.
Beh, l'acqua è la vita in tutte le tradizioni.
Water is life in all traditions.
Francesca prima giustamente lo diceva, l'acqua ci compone, l'acqua compone il mondo, però c'è questa magia.
Water is first component of everything, ourselves, the planet.
Guardavamo.
Yes, there's this magic.
E ogni tradizione ha un suo modo di benedire l'acqua.
Every tradition has a way to bless water.
Tutte.
All.
Cerimonie per l'acqua,
ceremonies, per l'acqua. Blessings for water, walks.
Camminare per l'acqua.
Yes, for water.
A me piace questo concetto che è anche della tradizione tolteca.
He loves also the vision of Toltec tradition.
Le nostre acque interiori
our internal waters
sono le nostre emozioni profonde.
Are our deep emotions.
E sono quelle che quando ci poniamo davanti al sole.
And when we are when we realize when we connect to the sun.
Riflettono il nostro mondo.
They reflect as a mirror our internal world.
Che diventa la nostra realtà.
So we can see our reality.
Quindi lo dicono, cambia i tuoi acque interiori.
So if we change our internal waters,
cambia il tuo
then
mondo.
also our external world will change.
Cambia il tuo riflesso nel mondo.
So we can change our reflex in the world.
Allora noi attraverso riti, cerimonie cognitive,
So through rituals, collective ceremonies,
cambiamo le nostre acque interiori,
we change our internal waters,
ma anche quelle dell'umanità,
but also the waters of the humanity.
ricordando che attraverso l'acqua noi siamo uno.
And we have to remember that through and thanks to water, we are one.
È un'unica acqua,
One water,
un unico sangue.
one blood.
Siamo questo, l'acqua è il sangue di questo mondo.
We are this.
La
Blood, water is the blood of this world, of the life.
Quindi lavorare sull'acqua vuol dire lavorare sul sangue, sulla vita e sul sangue di questo pianeta, cioè nel senso inteso come ciò che ci dà la vita e l'unità.
So working with water is like working with life, with the energy, with this sense of unity.
I keep on getting the unity, that I keep thinking, seeing, but and also between the two of you, I love that we talked about Uncle Bob and Aunty Barb as mentors and as role models, because the two of you feel like you are very interconnected, and how lucky you are to have met each other as you create in life, or co-create quite literally next to each other.
Yes. I'm very grateful. Oh my God. Now, you know, my age. So 50. So I'm yes, you too. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to know Rudy 30 years ago. Yes, because I'm used to do things alone. No, please don't cry. Happy no, otherwise we are like popcorns, you know. You start and then I come. Okay, so yes, I'm here.
I knew we would be laughing. I didn't realize we would be crying.
Yeah. Okay, so I start again. I'm very grateful to have met Rudy, because he taught me to do things together, because I used to move alone. I'm quite independent, you know, and I work well this way, but doing something together with him or with the other person who has the same vision, the same vibration, the same frequency, people to whom you can talk even if you don't use words, you know. So just stay close, you can feel you are at home. And this flows, this works. Probably we met because we have both the ability to see connections from different disciplines, different techniques, and for us is natural this, but because of course you can read a book from by an author and another author. They come from different places all over the world. They have different backgrounds, but they can say the same thing. So what's the problem? And we were so surprised when we started with the circle of life, because all the speakers didn't realize the time that they have the same ideas of other people's. So the magic behind this intention was this, showing to the others that there are more things that we have in common than the things from which we are separated, or that create separation. Of course, we can see what is different, is evident, but it's wonderful to discover what is the common part inside,
Oh, I do. So special. Oh, that is so beautiful. And we could talk a lot about conferences and all of the magic that comes. I also want to make sure that I talk about poetry with you, because you could choose to write in many different ways. Tell me about poetry. Like, why does that touch your heart, and why do you want to create poetry?
Rudy.
Diciamo che la poesia per me ovviamente è un modo di... una mia amica che ultimamente ha scritto La via della poesia.
Okay. We know a girl who has written a book entitled The Path of Poetry.
Mi piaceva molto questo concetto, perché non è semplicemente legato al fatto che per scrivere poesia deve essere un poeta.
He liked her because for to being a poet, you haven't to follow a strictly direction,
Devi avere una particolare percezione, un'angolazione diversa da vedere il mondo.
You have to have a different perception from which to observe the world.
C'era questo nostro autore italiano, che penso che lo conoscono tutti, Tazzani.
There was an Italian author called Tiziano Terzani. Don't know if you know, but here was really famous.
Che è un giornalista molto famoso.
He was a journalist. He was a reporter all over the world, especially in the East, in Asia, India, Japan. Yes, Japan too.
Che aveva detto che gli piacerebbe un giorno pensare che il mondo, società sarebbe stato gestito da una congiura di poeti.
And he had this dream that in the future the world would be led by a conjury of poetries, of poets.
Perché il poeta vede le cose da punto, da nuove angolazioni.
Because the poet observes the world from different point of views.
Non so se questo sarà facile, ma il poeta crea sinestesia.
Poet creates synesthesies. Yes, connections, and also new synapses.
Parole che diventano colori.
Words transformed in colors.
Colori che diventano emozioni.
Colors transformed in emotions.
Nuove immagini.
New imagings.
Nuove strutture.
New structures.
Nuovi modi di vedere il mondo.
New ways to look at the world.
E questo è lo scopo della poesia, abbellire.
This is the goal of the poetry, to bring beauty.
Come tutta l'arte,
And the art as
la
well.
musica.
Yes, music, dance, theater.
Indagare, vedere, non accontentarti, scoprire.
Yes, to discover. Don't stay fixed in your vision, but discover something new.
Creare lo stupore.
Create the amazing. Yes.
Oh, I love this. Do you think that Italy and Europe is part of the art that you create? I mean, do you think that it is supportive living where you do?
Yes, probably. Yes. When during the Circle of Life, we have different anecdotes, but the first time we organized it, we also have the opportunity to organize a Reiki gathering, the first international Reiki gathering, Gendai Reiki gathering in Trieste. So we called our teacher, Hiroshi Doi, who came with some students from Japan, but there were also other teachers from all over the world in Reiki, in a Gendai system. And there was this Japanese group, and okay, Japanese, now they are ever with the camera and catches everything. And they were so surprised because they say, but in each corner, you can see art and history in Italian, And we said, oh, yes, of course. But, we live here. So for us, it's simple. Yes, we are used to. But when you look at these things with the other eyes, you discover how lucky you are.
And how beautiful too, because in my travels in Japan, I have seen so much beauty and so much art there. So that is such a compliment.
Yes. And this is also a wonderful thing because all together these parts can come together and create something bigger and even more beautiful, So our art, Japanese art, but also Australian art, and wow, this planet is so rich, abundant.
It is like what Rudy was talking about with the body before and the cells.
Yes.
You two are remarkable. Oh, sorry, Rudy, go ahead.
Sì.
No, e infatti è proprio questo, dicevo che la nostra differenza è la nostra ricchezza.
Yes, our differences are our richness.
Cioè il corpo ci insegna esattamente come può funzionare questa differenza unita assieme.
Body is an example of how these differences can work.
Le cellule del cuore stanno nel cuore, il fegato.
Heart cells stay in the heart. Liver cells stay in the liver. Lung cells stay in the lungs.
Pelle, creiamo organi apparati.
Yes, the skin. We create organs and systems,
strutture, sì,
structures. Yes.
Sono diverse.
They are different.
Ogni cellula fa la sua parte nel suo apparato, nel suo organo.
Each cell makes its part in its system.
E tutte insieme.
And all together
creano questo sistema unico.
Create this unique system.
Questo è un buon esempio di come può funzionare.
This is a good example of how it could work.
Oh, Rudy, I wish I spoke Italian. I wanted to get that quicker.
Yes.
Such beautiful knowledge. You two have just lifted my heart. I so appreciate your time. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about?
Oh my gosh, it's quite at the end. Wow. Really? Wow.
The timelessness of new friends coming together.
Yeah, really.
Mm.
I never would have.
We hope different people could listen, but not to us, but also to all the other interviews you had already done, because I have a look to some of them. They are so nice. You can really learn more about the others' experiences. This is the importance of here to listen.
To listen to the heart and the wisdom of others, and to also remember that each of us have unique, beautiful gifts, and so many of them. It's not just one, it's many.
Yes, yes.
And in this conversation, so many things, so many riches, and I never would have been able to predict that we would talk about imagination, like creating new in different ways. You broadened my mind about art and connectedness and so many things. This conversation will keep me going. I have another recording very early tomorrow, so I feel like maybe they might come together. There might be a similar, this is what sometimes happens, that the conversations that happen at a similar time will complement each other. And I love too that for you, Francesca, I wouldn't apologise for making you cry, but I do love that you two, to talk about Aunty Barb and Uncle Bob as role models, and then for you to talk about your interconnectedness felt very, very special.
But every time I remember Uncle Bob, the same result, because it was wonderful.
Sì, io volevo ricordare il più grande insegnamento che Zio Bob ci ha dato.
I want to remember the biggest teaching from Uncle Bob.
Che è questo Kanyini.
Kanyini.
Amore incondizionato con
Unconditional love with responsibility.
E dove dice tutto.
And that's everything inside.
Lui è un grande esempio di questo.
He was a big example of this concept.
Di questo prendersi cura della vita in tutte le sue forme.
This taking care of life in all its shapes.
Di commuoversi quando parlava di un lucertola piuttosto che di un coccodrillo.
Moving when he talked about a lizard or a crocodile.
E lo faceva veramente, ti toccava il cuore.
And he touched our heart.
Lui veramente camminava le sue parole.
He really walked her words.
E ci ha lasciato una direzione, una bussola.
And he left a direction to us.
Che è proprio la responsabilità.
The responsibility.
Noi abbiamo questa idea.
We have this idea.
Che l'umanità adesso è nella fase adolescenziale.
Humanity now is like an adolescence.
Sì?
Oh,
like
Teenager.
like a teenager, yes.
Sure. Teenager.
Yeah.
Abbiamo avuto un'umanità prima che era un po' più bambina.
There was another humanity before. Was a little child.
Stava come in un cerchio.
Their time, we stayed in a circle.
E il tempo era circolare.
The time was circular too.
Oggi
Today,
l'umanità è adolescente.
Humanity is a teenager.
Ed è rappresentato da una linea retta.
And it is represented by a vertical line.
Separata, non è più un
separated.
cerchio.
We don't stay in a circle.
E come un adolescente si identifica, cerca se stesso dividendosi.
And as a teenager, he must separate to find an identity.
Pensa di sapere tutto, ma ne sa poco.
We think to know everything, but we don't know nothing.
E non ha il senso di responsabilità delle sue
And we
azioni.
haven't the sense of responsibility in the situations.
Ma c'è una buona notizia.
But there are good news.
L'adolescente diventa adulto.
The teenager can grow,
E diventa adulto quando diventa responsabile.
and we can become adults, but if we can be responsible.
Essere adulti vuol dire integrare.
To be adults means to integrate.
Non è facile.
It's not simple.
Vuol dire prendersi cura
We must take care of
della propria famiglia, della propria
our
comunità.
family, of our community.
Si diventa adulti quando si assume la responsabilità.
We become adults when we take responsibility.
Esattamente come ci insegnava Joe Bob.
Exactly what Bob said.
Siamo adolescenti in crescita
We are teenagers who must grow.
e la vera figura è unire questa linea retta, questo cerchio,
And if we put together the circle and the line,
e si crea una
we
spirale.
create a spiral.
Si cresce tutti assieme.
And we can grow all together.
Questa è la nostra possibilità.
This is our chance.
And Rudy, what if you don't have Uncle Bob around? For anyone who is listening, how do they learn responsibility?
Ah. Se non ci fosse zio Bob adesso, cioè, come
Bob rappresentava una tradizione antica
Uncle Bob was a representative of an ancient tradition.
Noi stiamo andando verso una nuova direzione.
We are moving towards a new direction.
È come se un certo tipo di mondo come lui, non c'erano mai più persone come lui.
Probably that kind of world is no more able to maintain, because there aren't persons like him more.
Il nostro compito è prendere quelle parti
Our duty is to bring those parts, those teachings,
e tradurli per persone che ci
and
seguiranno.
translate them to the next generations.
Dobbiamo assumerci
We
responsabilità.
must take the responsibility to do it.
Ma ci sono,
There are.
sono tante persone che
There are many people who now has
brillano.
awareness. They shine like spotlights.
Il problema è che sono a intermittenza.
The problem is that they are spotting lights, and we must
Insieme.
bring it all together.
Sono tanti
Bring them
raggi del sole.
together.
Yes, like the sun with all the rays.
Se ognuno brilla da solo è poco.
If just one ray will shine, it's a less thing.
Ma se tutti brillano insieme,
We all together will bright. So
allora il mondo
big
si illumina.
And
big
And
light
does-
for the world.
does Rudy have any other suggestions for how people can learn responsibility?
Altri suggerimenti per essere più responsabili? Come possono imparare a essere responsabili?
È una scelta individuale, ma ovviamente che diventerà, che ha un impatto collettivo.
It's a personal choice, but can have a collective impact.
Non c'è un momento in cui, è il momento in cui da adolescente diventi adulto.
Which is the moment when you, from teenager, you become adult. There's no specific moment. Not in our traditions, because in other traditions, maybe yes, with rituals, passages, rituals, of course, but in our tradition, it's not so clear.
Avviene quando prendiamo coscienza, quando
When we be when we are aware, when we have the awareness of something.
C'è una vecchia storia
And there's an ancient
di
history
due maestri zen
of two different Zen masters,
che mentre meditano,
and during their meditation moment,
una volta all'anno si scambiano una frase
they just speak once per year.
e uno dice all'altro:
And one says to the other,
il tuo cane è seduto su un chiodo.
porca miseria, your dog sits on a
Uno spina.
needle.
Like a sewing needle.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
needle.
Needle,
Yes.
perfect.
Okay.
Your dog sits on a needle. Yeah.
Passa un altro anno
Then 1 year later,
e l'altro maestro zen gli dice: quando
The
gli farà
ad-
male si sposterà.
the other master answers, when he had enough, he will move.
E così vale per noi.
And so that's also for us the same.
Quello che noi vediamo nel mondo è una diagnosi.
What we see in the world is like a diagnosis.
Prima abbiamo detto che l'acqua è il sangue del pianeta
If water is the blood of this planet,
e gli animali sono la carne, le
the
cose.
animals are the meat or the heart of the earth.
Gli alberi sono i polmoni
Trees are the lungs.
e noi cosa siamo?
And what we are?
Noi siamo il sistema nervoso,
We are the nervous system.
noi connettiamo
So we connect.
e quando il sistema nervoso ti dice che qualcosa fa male,
And when the nervous system gives you sorrow,
ci dice di spostarci.
it suggests you to move.
Quello che noi vediamo ci obbligherà, quando lo capiremo abbastanza, a spostarci da dove siamo
What we see, when for us will be enough, it would be a suggestion for us to move from where we are to a new way of doing things.
So perfect, Rudy. So pretty much each individual decides when to mature and what responsibility means to them.
Sì,
sì.
funziona così.
Yes.
Come cellule immaginali
As imaginary cells,
non fanno una rivoluzione contro noi,
they don't do a revolution.
si moltiplicano
They multiplicate.
e quando sono abbastanza
And when they are enough,
cambia tutto.
everything changes.
Oh, you grow my heart. Thank you so much, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to the Natural Genius podcast. Please share this with anyone who came to mind and visit us at naturalgenius.com.au. Thanks so much.